I want to show you some very basic porting, something that will make power, and you don't have to be real specific about durations and lines and all that. You just pick up your Dremel. Now this is for a Banshee, which I'm the best versed at porting. So just grab a Banshee cylinder. I've got a Banshee cylinder here that I'm going to be porting and boring. And on all Banshee cylinders, and a lot of cylinders, Blaster, all two-stroke cylinders, they have a lip right here where the iron is lower than the casted aluminum. And all you want to do is take that iron and grind it until it's level with this aluminum. In a sense, raising it a couple millimeters. Raising the exhaust port a couple millimeters will allow the motor to rev to a higher RPM. So we're just going to raise this, and we'll also widen it to allow the aluminum and iron to line up on the width also. It'll only be a millimeter each way on the width, and probably 2 millimeters on the height. This will give you a way better power band up top. It'll rev higher, you'll make more power. And I know a lot of people are complaining about keeping up with the 4-strokes now with a stock Banshee, so just doing that exhaust work will put you out front. We're not even going to worry about transfer updrafts and the durations of it, or even the intake. That's plenty of intake for what we're doing. Now I'll get started and show you exactly how I do it without drawing any lines or anything. Just freehand it with the Dremel, and you'll be fine. It'll make more power, I guarantee it. I've got a Banshee cylinder set up, and I'm going to take this liner down right here. This is the exhaust, raising the exhaust roof. I just go in here and cut it. You can use a Dremel, you can use you know, your Fordham tools, anything to move this liner up. You need to just grind it out. You can see all the tools I use on my HJR1 video. Just go in there and slowly take it down. You don't want to rush things. I used an aftermarket cylinder because they're a little dirtier. Their castings aren't as nice. They tend to have a few more flaws in them, a few more holes. What we call casting bubbles. As you see, as I get closer, I start hitting that aluminum. And I'm just doing the roof right now. I'll come back and I'll do the width also. There it is. Now this is an aftermarket cylinder. Not sold by Yamaha of Japan. This is not an OEM cylinder, this is an aftermarket. So like I said, they tend to be a little dirtier. But that cleans it up right there. And then you can just follow it back and smooth out all the aluminum. There'll be a ridge right in the center on these aftermarket ones, and I just go and I clean that up too. I just keep shaving it until it disappears. And you'll have them on the sides here also. I'm going to do this side right here because I can see that you can see it in video. And then just kind of follow it back and clean up all the cast aluminum all the way down to where the pipe slips on. Just do the whole thing. And just slow and easy, slow and easy. You spin fast, that aluminum just gets hot and plugs the tool. And it'll plug anything you're using. Basically, that's it. See that? It's all smooth and matched up. You just do that all the way around. And don't do it on the bottom. Don't touch the iron on the bottom, because you don't want to drop the bottom. You don't want to expose the piston corner at top dead center. You can shape the aluminum up to the iron, but don't drop it. Okay, I'm trying to get some good camera angles for you. I can't see if that's out of focus or not. Maybe back it off just a little bit here, like that. And I'm just showing you the bottom. So I flipped it over, and you just take this aluminum and you match it to the bottom without touching the liner. Touch the liner the least amount you can. You're just trying to get it all smooth so there's no ridges. Kind of like the expansion joints on bridges on roads, where the road hits the bridge and the bridge might be slightly higher or lower, and you hit that bump. You're just trying to get that bump out of there. So the aluminum being the road and the iron being the bridge. We're just trying to take the bump out. This is very difficult at this angle, but I think you get what I'm doing here. You can see that I've done the sides. And again, you'll work it all the way through where all this dark color is, going all the way back down to where the pipe goes on. And you can see as you go across it all the little peaks and valleys that are hidden in that black paint. The top iron liner is in line with the aluminum now. So is the width. So you got the roof and exhaust widths all cleaned up and lined up with the iron liner. Even did the bottom here. All lined up. And you can leave it just like this. You can see a couple casting bubbles there. Don't chase anything. Just get everything nice and round and smooth. Like I said, you can use a Dremel. You don't have to sandpaper it. This will give you more power right here. If you want to get a little more anal and make sure both sides of the cylinders come out with the same exhaust height and width, just put a piston up in it and get your caliper and measure how far down it goes. Take that number and then grab your other cylinder and get the height in it just like that. And then with the marker, just mark it. And you'll have them both the exact same height. Because the iron and aluminum might be slightly different from side to side. And then you do the same with the width. You want to get the width the exact same. You just take a ruler down in there and you mark it with your vertical line with the pin, and you'll mark vertical. And you'll have a vertical line here and a vertical line here. And then you measure the width of the marks at the top of the cylinder, and then you do the same over on your other cylinder and draw the lines, and they'll both be perfectly matched. But now that's getting real anal. It doesn't have to be perfect. You can freehand it. The bike will be faster. Yes, you can get into anal details, and I'll go over that as my videos progress. I'll get more detailed, and get higher levels of porting. But we're just here for the amateurs, the guys that just want to try it with a Dremel or something of that tooling, just to get started. And doing this, just this exhaust like this, will wake that Banshee up, I guarantee, 5 horsepower or more. Easy. That's it. Go do it.